Ladies and gentlemen, your next fight, brought to you by Space City Collective, is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury FC Bantamweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, and he weighed in at 136.2 pounds. Fighting out of Victoria, Texas, tonight, he seeks his first professional victory, presenting Angel de la Muerte, Dylan Aguilar. And introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This freestyle fighter stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, and he weighed in at 136 pounds. Fighting out of San Antonio, Texas, he holds a professional record of 1 win, no losses. This is Taylor Almighty Andrews. Your referee in charge of the action, Professor Joe Solis.
Professor Joe Solis inside. Dylan Aguilar, blue gloves. Taylor Andrews, red.
Yeah, interesting about Taylor Andrews. So he went 4-2-1 as an amateur, but he started as an amateur 0-2-1. So he's on a 5-fight win streak now, 4 fights in a row to get to 4-2-1, and then the 1 pro win. Very, very interesting way to start your amateur career.
He is so strong. You see here.
Finds the back early. Andrews. I know Raheel said 4 rear naked chokes, but can we settle with 4 submissions?
4 submissions we'll take. We will take.
We got one with that arm bar.
So we have 3 fights left on the prelims broadcast. We will be going live at 8 p.m. on UFC Fight Pass for our main card. So we need to get 3 fights in here in the next 20 minutes or so. I think we can do it. May the MMA gods be with us. We need 2 taps in the first round to get that 3rd fight.
I mean, Andrews is trying, and he's in the
Yeah,
position to do it. Throwing some punches to soften him up a bit.
Aguilar holding on and fighting, making sure his defense is on point.
Aguilar has laid Andrews to the side of the figure 4, which makes it a little harder to be mobile when you're Andrews on top. See if he goes to mount. A bit of a post battle right here. Does a good job salvaging the back take. Didn't even need to go to mount. He just reloaded the back take.
I thought he was going to switch to that belly down arm bar, but decided against it. Was able to take the back again. Not sure what Dylan Aguilar is defending here.
He's getting that left forearm is grinding
that's choking him.
And it's now sinking in to the neck a little bit, turning. Is Aguilar to stay alive?
The reversal's almost there. I mean, Aguilar got so close to turning into the guard there.
Andrews saying, get back over here.
Andrews with really good back position maintenance. He nearly lost it twice, but just transitioned appropriately, staying on the back.
He did good to try to slide that arm through around the neck. He, in transition, he's got that head and arm choke if he wants it. So, because in this position, you're gonna want to go to the top. And
Great. You were just talking about it.
Yeah, good for a belly down arm bar to go to that position. Also, he's got to hold the back of the head down.
Yeah, he didn't quite commit to it. You can tell it was a thought, but he didn't full send it. He still has that little form-to-form clamp. We'll see if he cuts the angle over to his right side. Andrews swings the head to the right, throws that left leg over, loses control of the arm. Now Aguilar's on top, landing good elbows.
I got to be careful because these will cut you. This is a bad position to take elbows from.
It sure is.
Aiming for those eyebrows, and those elbows just hit bone on bone, and the flesh between it's going to open right up.
Ooh, that's a good elbow.
if I start to get position on Alex when we're training jiu-jitsu, he elbows me right in the eyebrow and cuts me open.
I just claim it to be an accident.
He's like, oh, sorry again.
Wear the cuts very well.
Yeah.
Mike jokes. He's a menace on the mats. He'll trap you and trick you and sub you before you know it.
I don't know what he's talking about. That's not true. Nobody hurt me.
Under 1 minute left in round one. It was all Andrews to start.
I mean, this is really good control time and really good ground and pound here for Aguilar.
Man, I would have thought this is going to be an easy first round for Andrews, you know, the way it started. And such good back control, but, man, he has taken some damage here from the top with Aguilar, and I think Aguilar has stolen this round.
I mean, yeah, and they always say, you know, recency bias plays a factor in judging and who finishes in a better position. You know, if someone wins the first half of the round, but the other guy wins the second half, they usually favor the guy who wins the second half.
Yeah, it's the region beta paradox. Y'all can look that up at home.
Anytime you say paradox, you're immediately like, oh, yeah.
All right, I'm a scholar.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Way to end the round.
Man.
I don't think either of them knew that was over.
I didn't. There's no horn. Good for Joe Solis.
to get to.
Hey, bell ringer, ring that bell louder.
I think he's still asleep over there. Yep, wake up.
Man, those are two really solid punches from Dylan Aguilar. If these judges were on the fence on who to give it to, you got to give it to Aguilar. You know, 2 minutes of control time, big ground and pound, and then two, not knockdowns, but clearly visible damaging punches on the feet.
Yeah, that's
the
a big
first
one
one
right there.
And watch this left hook. Bam!
Oh, yeah.
The eyes were off for just a moment.
Oh, yeah. That left Taylor Andrews reading off in the distance. It's a very familiar look, and it happens to all of us when you get caught, and you know, you're looking somewhere, you don't know exactly where, you don't know exactly if it's far or near, but you know it's somewhere, but you're looking somewhere and trying to find your bearings, and you know, you just got to hope that it happens quickly because, you know, those shots are still coming. Taylor Andrews looks like he's recovered, looks like he's ready to go.
Should we go round two?
Remember, it was the wrestling and back take of Andrews that got the fight to the ground in round one. We see Aguilar initiating the body lock and clinch.
Hands connected there.
Yeah, perhaps a tactical misplay on Aguilar. We'll see, though. Very different scenario, him being in guard relative to his back being taken. Does a good job building his base to his feet, uses the wizard to pummel the underhook.
Yeah, that was a textbook pummel job to get back into an advantageous position. Now using his head very well, hiding that elbow with his head, then coming right over the top, switching sides, go from left shoulder to right shoulder with your head, and bam, right over the top of that elbow. Devastating cuts. A little bit stiff. He hasn't loosened up yet. It looks like he's expecting, you know, this clinch game, staying very, very stiff.
He had such a heavy wrestling and back take and choke output. I'll bet you he's feeling the wrestling of this fight early on. It can be hard to be quick and dynamic with your feet and your hands when you grapple.
Is whenever you're on somebody's back, you only need one as long as it's the bottom one.
Yeah.
But you've got to put the other one over the hip, kind of cross the feet. You got to trap those hips because it's basically the same thing as having both hooks. Just leaves you a little bit more mobile.
Figure four intact now for Andrews. See what he can do from this position. Had it for about 2.5 minutes in round one.
Post-battle. Taylor wins the battle.
This is a bad spot. Those feet underneath the
Yeah.
butt of Aguilar kind of elevates the hips and makes it really difficult to turn. And we know what Aguilar's trying to do. He's trying to, kind of give his back, get some space in there because he wants to get back around on top in this position in the guard because he's doing some damage with those elbows in the first round.
Yeah, he needed that right underhook, which he found, and he got the reversal, and he's done his best work from the guard. I did a 3-5 Bruce, the Goose Whitehead. He's fighting November 9th here pretty soon against Jared McLaughlin. It's a great fight.
Yeah, man.
But we had done cage rounds, and we both popped the shirts off. It's such a different feel when you're that sweaty and slippery. It makes it so much harder for the bottom man to lock onto submissions. I recommend anyone watching, I know it's gross, but you got to train with your shirts off every once in a while just to feel it. Because it makes arm bars, triangles, everything so much more challenging.
If you've ever helped in an ADCC camp, it's everybody's shirts off because it's, you're allowed to not wear a shirt in ADCC. And so, man, you get into those camps and all your rounds are shirt off. And, dude, especially whenever it's a little mismatch, like if you get somebody that's significantly better than you, you're going to get a little salt in the mouth. It's disgusting, but, it's just, it's part of our game, and it's part of the great part of that grappling competition.
Yeah, and tactically, you have to plan for it. Because if you experience it for the first time on the competition mats, it's too
how
late.
about this? Aguilar.
Uno reverse.
Yeah, you see that. He's using that thumb right. He's using that thumb to kind of fish hook down in between that jawline and the collarbone.
Big elbows from Aguilar.
And in the mount, these elbows can be devastating. And I almost think Aguilar should just unload on him here. There you go.
Oh, that was a big one.
The angle's off. You're going to use the elbow.
When somebody's got your back, get to an unchokeable position first. And once you're in that unchokeable position, then start using your hands to undo everything else and get away. You're going to take a couple shots. Don't worry about it. Get out of there as fast as you can. But you've got to get to an unchokeable position first.
Almost like a replication of round one.
Yeah.
It was Andrews to start off. Had control, had the back of Aguilar. Aguilar reverses it, unloads, does some punches, and finishes in an advantageous position.
Yeah, I think Aguilar may be up 2 rounds.
I think he might be too. Man, I think the effective grappling is good in the first half of the round, but I just think it's trumped by the damage that Aguilar is doing when he gets to the top. And Aguilar almost looked like he was giving his back because he's confident about making enough space to be able to turn in his guard and keep him there. I don't think he's been as confident in his ability to take Andrews to the ground.
Yeah.
So when it goes to the ground, he's not giving that position because, of course, he doesn't want to be there. But when he is in that position, it looks like his confidence is high that he can eventually get turned.
And these scenarios are tough. If you're each fighter's coaches, you could be up 2, you could be down 2.
Yeah.
So you ultimately say get a finish. But they're trying. It's not so easy.
Well, it looked promising at first, but it looks like this could be our last fight.
Yeah, it looks like it. We have 2 swing bouts potentially coming your way here, like 99% sure. So if you tuned in to watch Ruben Martinez take on Drake Lopez or Michael Capone taking on Americo Garcia, that will be afterwards right here on the Fury FC Facebook and YouTube pages after our main broadcast on UFC Fight Pass, which get your subscriptions in. You don't want to miss this card. 7 fights coming your way on the main broadcast inside the cage right now. Taylor Andrews coming off to a good start here in round 3.
Yeah, had a lot of success with that striking and chose to shoot. He may score this takedown, but I think he could have done some real work on the feet there. He had Aguilar moving backwards in a defensive posture. Landed a nice knee.
That looks like he thought better of it. Ooh, almost took a knee there, trying to drop down and change levels. Ooh, Aguilar landing some pretty devastating elbows there.
Going into this fight, watching both of these guys and seeing who has the advantage, I really thought Andrews had the striking advantage, and I thought he was going to use that a lot throughout this fight. Fantastic grappler, can really control the pace of this fight.
Oh, nice elbow there from Aguilar. It's really the elbows of Aguilar. Nice trip from the body lock. Aguilar's first successful takedown.
And I think it's ironic. Aguilar has, a 8-inch reach disadvantage and is winning with elbows. And so, it's like he's like getting so close that the reach advantage just doesn't matter. It's almost working against you. Aguilar trying to make this uncomfortable for Andrews. Not going to be able to get that other hook in. This is a spot where you don't want to try to take it when they're up against the cage. Now this could be bad.
His hands are not connected though, Aguilar.
Aguilar was right to let go of that and immediately start the defense and start trying to push the head down of Andrews toward the hips.
Once again, getting the back of Aguilar.
Aguilar's got his hips really high. If he can get his tailbone on the inside of that right leg, I don't mind the hooks in now. Andrews did a good job finding that back take.
I don't think Andrews should not do the body lock this time. He hasn't been able to keep the back with the body lock.
Ironically, his coach just said, "Give me the body triangle." Yeah, and I'd agree. That's something he's comfortable with.
Aguilar has found the reversal there in both rounds. We've seen this before to start rounds 1 and 2. A little bit later in round 3 here for Andrews. Hasn't found much success with this position. For the tap here is Andrews grinding across the chin of Aguilar, reloading, but once again, Aguilar surviving.
Back to the mat. You're almost out.
45 seconds left in this fight.
This fight's kind of gone. This round's kind of gone the opposite. Started out this time with Aguilar, passing out some damage and ending here with Andrews on the back in the control time. So, going to be an interesting call here.
Yeah, it just depends how the judges saw those first 2 rounds. Did Aguilar's work on the back end of the rounds convince him enough to give him the rounds, or was it Andrews work in the first 2.5 minutes almost?
Genuinely curious myself. We'll find out in just a couple of minutes.
Official decision coming up. See how the judges scored this one. We're heading to UFC Fight Pass at 8 p.m. for Eli Urbina taking on Keenan Pattershuk. Also Jasmine Montoya and Alex Carlson's second fight on the main card broadcast. Floyd Mayweather here in attendance at the Bowling Center at Techport Arena. To watch Jasmine Montoya, the Mayweather fighter. Be sure to check that out, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Watch with the entire world. All eyes on Fury Fighting Championship. Look at that shot right there, UFC Fight Pass. That is some good production work with our DNA studio team. Now, Michael, I want to go back to that point you made about Taylor Andrews in round 2.
I made a point. I want to hear this.
Yeah, I think it was you. Andrews never just felt comfortable, never just like loosened up, just looked tight the entire time.
Yeah, the only place he looked comfortable was whenever he was on the back. And standing, he did throw some punches, he did land some stuff, but it just looked stiff. It just did not look like he could loosen up a little bit. Who knows what the reason is for that, but just not what we're used to anyway. So, but very competitive fight. Both guys having their moments in every round, so this is an interesting one. And you can tell it's interesting by how long it's taking the judges to hand off those cards, having to make sure that they see it right and call it right.
Could always just, so brother, how are you? We've got one of the judges literally right by Alex.
I've been whispering stuff to him.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
Just show the scorecards between fights already.
Yeah.
That is my biggest pet peeve in it. I can't stand it. It makes no sense. I haven't heard a good argument not to have it.
Yeah, I like them judging fights as a whole, too.
Yeah. All right, let's see how the judges score this one. Here's Wayne.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of combat, we go to the judges' scorecards for your decision. Brought to you by Space City Collective. All 3 judges scored the fight 29-28, declaring your winner by unanimous decision. Angel de la Muerte, Dylan Aguilar.
Yeah, they gave him rounds 1 and 2, as he earned by finishing super strong.